Welcome to the Nonprofit Exchange. This is Hugh Ballou, founder and president of Center Vision Leadership Foundation. We help leaders create synergy by defining their vision very clearly and moving toward action. This is the Nonprofit Exchange. We've had 410 interviews so far. This was the next one, and we've never had one like this. Two really wonderful folks here, Miguel, Valentin, and Christine Sakdalan. Sakdalan.
Sakdalan.
Pardon me. It's too many syllables for me. So let me kick it to you guys. Give us a little context. Who are you? And a little bit about the work that you're doing and why it's passion for you.
So thank you, Hugh, for having us. My name is Christine Sakdalan, and I'm really happy to be a guest here to talk about our nonprofit Momentum and Value for People of Color, but really why we are here, right? Because it's not just about the organization, but it's the why. So who I am not just a nonprofit leader. I actually have a full-time career. I am a pharmaceutical executive, and I've been in the healthcare life sciences industry for over 25 plus years. And I've been very blessed to have mentorship all throughout my career, starting with my parents, but also have had wonderful leaders who have helped me in my career along the way. But at the same time, I also saw a lot of biases. I saw a lot of discrimination. I saw a lot of inequities that were happening around me and to me. And one of the things that I decided back in 2020, along with two other founders, was to help young people really with practical advice, practical work to make sure that they are prepared for their early careers, that we help them perform, that we help them progress in their careers, but also really allow for them to prosper in their lives and in their careers. And hopefully, one of these days, they will also pay it forward. So that's one of the reasons why back in 2020, we decided to really establish this nonprofit because part of what my mantra is we have to be able to pay it forward and to leave a legacy in life. So that's what we're here to talk about today.
Lovely. Miguel.
Yeah, no, my name is Miguel. I'm the executive director of MVP. I've been with MVP since the beginning of 2023, but my entire career, more or less, has been in the nonprofit space. And I've met so many wonderful people who have wanted to create change in the world, to be able to help others and see that and have rippling effects into generations. I too wanted to be one of those people. So my entire career was based on the nonprofit world. I've worked in libraries, I've worked in other nonprofits, and when I was approached by MVP to work here, it was this problem that we saw that there was just inequality in the workforce, this gap that we wanted to bridge with young people of color. And I felt that that was personal to me and a lot of the people that I grew up with, that we had the opportunity to go to college to get an education. But when we left, it wasn't always as promised. Didn't have as much networking or connections. I was in a lot of student loan debt coming from a lower income family, first generation in college, figuring out how to kind of kickstart my career. So for me, MVP is very personal. The people that we work with are younger people who have talent, but maybe not connections or the know-how. And we provide that through coaching, through workshops, through internship opportunities. And it's really that I get to live my life creating this change for people, in people, seeing them be able to make a living for themselves, to be able to create families based on the opportunities that we've been allowed to give them through our partnerships with other companies. So we're creating rippling effects, these changes for generations and generations, focusing on that younger generation, just giving them opportunities to showcase their talents and contribute to the country as a whole.
This has been really energizing, informative. So each of you, let's start with Miguel and then Christine. What do you want to leave people with, a challenge or a thought?
Yeah, I think my challenge to listeners is to look at what you're doing. Maybe a lot of you are too in the weeds, those that work in the nonprofit, those that are working hard to create change. Take a step back, reflect on the work that you're doing, and really reach out to other people create connections, because sometimes when we're too in it and we're burnt out and we're pushing hard, we run into issues that can easily be solved if we just ask someone else from a different perspective. So really see the other connections that are out there, reach out to other nonprofits, even other businesses that have nothing to do with your nonprofit, see different perspectives, grow your network and community, and things will go a little easier for you.
I think for me, as we speak to nonprofit leaders, Hugh, what I would say is don't be afraid to take risks and invest in people and leaders that will take your nonprofit to the next level. And that's exactly what we did with Miguel. To be very honest, when we did this, we didn't have a whole lot of money. We still don't have a whole lot of money. But we believe in this work. We believe that the money will come. But what Miguel has done since we brought him on board is really propel the work, really amplify the organization and the impact that we have made. And it is just, I can't even tell you how grateful we are that we invested in Miguel. Because we've just taken this to a whole different level, nothing that we would have ever even imagined. And we took a risk, right? And we are going at it by faith that we're going to be able to continue to pay Miguel, because we need people like him. And I think for nonprofit organizations, sometimes we're afraid to invest, right? We're afraid to spend the money that we have, the little money that we have, and that's my encouragement. And the reason why I encourage people to do that, right, is because if you find the right leader, your work will propel to the next level. The other thing that I will say is, your board is really so critical, right? Your board membership in your nonprofit is so critical. Find the right people to surround yourself with that will not be afraid to roll up their sleeves and really put themselves out there. It is uncomfortable to raise funds. It's uncomfortable to do the things that you do in nonprofit, but nothing worthwhile is easy. And that's what I'm going to end with.
Nothing worthwhile is easy. Profound words yet again. Christine Sakdalan, Miguel Valentin, thank you so much for being our guest today on the Nonprofit Exchange.
Thanks, you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Nonprofit Exchange.